Today we're making the cucumber salad as promised in the last video. Typically I use the short cucumbers. You can go ahead and use the big ones. When you salt them, you are going to have to salt them for just a bit longer, just because they are bigger. They take a little longer for the excess moisture to come out. I usually use about 2 of the little guys. They should be available at most grocery stores. If not, if you can't find them, not a big deal. Use the big ones. You probably will end up using not quite a full one, but based on how much you use, it'll change. So we're going to get started. First things we're going to do is, I'm using just a little mandolin. I believe I got it on Amazon. I will link in the description if that is where I got it. If not, I will link to where I did get it. So we're just going to slice these really thin. And that way when they get soft and flexible after you've salted them, they're going to be able to bend and squish to fit into the bento cups. And when you squeeze them to get the excess water out, they'll be a lot easier to squeeze. Okay, if you're going to do a larger batch, so using say 4 cucumbers instead of 2, do turn your bowl. They do tend to pile up on the side there. So next we're going to put in anywhere between half a teaspoon and maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I wouldn't go any further than that because it does tend to make your cucumbers salty. And when you are making your bento, this should be your second step. Rice being first, second being the cucumbers. They do need 15 to 20 minutes to sit to let the excess water come out. And this is a batch I did earlier so that I could show you. You can't really see it. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little pool of water there. That's the water that we're looking to get out of our cucumbers. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze out the cucumbers and then put them in the colander. I like to put the colander here, and that way I can separate them more easily, and then when I squeeze them, the water doesn't drip down potentially onto the ones that I've already done or any weird maneuvering. So if you notice, while I'm squeezing them, you can see the excess water come up. They do take on a bit of a really bright green, and that's why the picture in the last video may have looked a little bit fluorescent. It wasn't my terrible video editing. It is actually the color of the cucumbers. They do get really bright. And you don't have to be super gentle or delicate about this. You are looking to squish them so that when they release the most liquid possible. If you leave too much cucumber water in them, if your bento is sitting for more than, I don't know, maybe an hour or 2, and you have any kind of sauce on them, they'll water down the sauce. So you'll end up with this kind of a weird flavor. I thought I was very clever one day, and I thought I'd do it without salting them. No, I don't do that anymore. Now once you've got them all squeezed out, we're just going to kind of fluff them up a little bit. It helps to redistribute the moisture that's in them. And we're going to squeeze them out again. You can take bigger handfuls this time. It's just to get that last bit of moisture out. You're never going to be able to get it all out because that would be a dehydrated cucumber, which would be weird. But darn, you will be able to get a lot of the moisture out, which gives you almost like a crunchy pickle texture, which is why these are often called quick pickles. And these are a bit tart, a bit tangy. They're a really good complement to a heavier bento, any sort of meat-based dish, or anything with a lot of, like a heavier sauce, like a, not quite a gravy, but anything really salty. So there's that. And you can see all the water that came out of them. They do hold quite a bit. Okay, from here, we're gonna add about 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of rice vinegar. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up for you, but this is the brand that I do prefer. I usually get mine in the rice or the vinegar section of whatever your favorite grocer is. Mine is Sobeys. They usually have it. Saving money on the budget brand is probably not going to do you any favors. This is sesame oil. This particular one I got at the Korean market. So you may not be able to get this exact one, but there are a lot of very good sesame oils out there. We're going for approximately the same amount of sesame oil to rice vinegar. Give it a quick mix. There you are. You can add toasted sesame seeds on top. I usually wait until just before serving or putting in the bento before putting them on, because they can get a little bit soggy if you put it all together and stick it in the fridge. But there you are. Fairly quick, fairly easy. A good step 2 in your bento making process. Goes with pretty much anything, and it's also a really good side to ramen because ramen's very heavy. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments, thoughts, ideas, questions. I'll see if I can't reply to you. Thanks so much. Have a good one.